Mark Rottenberg, he's director of EPIC, the European...
Electronic.
I was checking if he was aware.
Yes.
So the Electronic Privacy
Information Center. So I'm the director of a Washington-based NGO. I started 15 years ago. I am still, in fact, a lawyer and a law school professor. And I was fascinated by emerging privacy and civil liberties issues. The whole range of issues related to the internet, related to new technology, and related to databases. Sometimes the things that we talk about are actually quite simple. And so in the 2008 presidential race, we decided to simply announce that privacy was running for president. Well, in fact, privacy wasn't running for president, but it was a way to focus public attention on a common issue, an issue of common concern, and we were very fortunate that we got people interested. Well, now we have a complicated issue, and that is the use of body scanner devices. After the failed attack on Flight 253 out of Schiphol into Detroit in the US, people began to say we need a new technology that will help us detect weapons and explosives. And so we began to study and read about these devices that literally look under your clothes, try to see parts of your body, what it is that you're concealing, and make some determinations. Could it be a weapon? Could it be an explosive? Could it be something else that we need to know about to keep you off a plane so that you don't pose a threat? Now, of course, this led to quite a bit of humor, and if you look at this particular cartoon, you'll see that the attractive woman is being subjected to the body scanner while the fellow in the t-shirt goes through the metal detector. And the couple up front are saying something to each other, I'm not sure, but his bag says just married, so we can imagine what it is they uncovered. Here as well is another commentary on this innovative use of X-ray technology, because one of the ways that these images are captured is by exposing the body to X-ray, which raises, of course, a range of health issues, and you have to be sure that everything is properly calibrated, otherwise you might have concern. Well, how do you evaluate concern? The agency responsible for the technology created something called a privacy impact assessment, a very formal legal document that basically explains how all of the privacy concerns have been taken care of. There are various ways to obscure the images, and we need not worry. But when I look closely at these documents, I was very surprised to look in the fine print, and that is the fine print, where it said, for example, these devices cannot store or record images. In fact, we have turned off the capability for storing and recording. And I thought to myself, if they can't store and record, what exactly is it that you're turning off? So then I began to look a little bit more closely. Now, the Washington Post did this very nice analysis and presented in the morning newspaper so you could understand, for example, the difference between backscatter X-ray and millimeter wave, what they did well, what they did not do so well, what some of the privacy issues were. But I said, this is still not enough. And like a good US lawyer, I said, you know, we need to sue somebody. We need to get the actual documents. So we sued the Department of Homeland Security. This is the case, EPIC versus DHS, in which we demanded the technical specifications. They said if they are undressing us, we should be able to undress them, or at least see their documents. And this is the cover of a response to our request. We asked for the vendor contracts, we asked for the technical specifications, and this is the agency saying back to us that they will provide to us some materials. Other materials we will need to continue to litigate, but we actually received a big package of documents which we scanned and put on the internet, and then we read the documents. A lot of fine print here again, but it's very interesting. They had told the public that these devices do not store and record images, so we found that they have hard disk drives, they have USB connectivity, they have Ethernet ports. I said, what's all this for, decoration? Obviously, this is being used to store and record images. This is a formally classified document describing the details of body scanning devices. You can now go to epic.org. That was the website I put it up at the beginning, and look at it for yourself and decide exactly what it is that these devices do and what are some of the privacy risks you know, that might be there. We were also interested to find that there was a super user capability built in for the operators. They can turn off the privacy features. They can enable the exporting of raw images. That's pretty powerful capability, I would say, to put on each one of these devices in every airport where they might be installed. And this document, which we weren't looking for originally, actually describes the target materials. They are intended to find weapons, explosive liquids, and anomalies, but interestingly not powders. And it was an explosive powder, PETN, that was carried aboard Flight 253, raising the obvious question, could these devices have in fact detected that threat to aviation security? And that's actually the image of the powder that was being used. So we have some very interesting public policy questions here to think about. How do we proceed when proposals like this are being made? How do we evaluate them? It's not just in the airports, of course. This is a device that's intended to observe someone on a street. He has concealed a knife in a newspaper. So someone may say, well, perhaps we need these devices on the street so we can see all weapons or all dangerous items that someone might be carrying. This is the use of a device to see people hidden inside a truck, another way that they might be used. So the debate is not just about airports, it's also about the many different implementations where these X-ray scanning systems may be put in a variety of public places, and I think, again, give rise to a public question. Well, what's the answer? I think the answer is opposition. I think we have an opportunity when we have reviewed the case for the body scanners to simply say no. We set up a website called Stop Digital Strip Searches. We made laptop stickers, which are available for you outside. Please take some for friends. And finally, that little image there is in honor of today, January 28th. It's International Privacy Day. We're all celebrating it. And if you're on Facebook, you can sign up and fan International Privacy Day, help stop body scanners and other technologies that threaten to invade our privacy and limit our freedoms.